I'm real happy to be here today with you. I appreciate you spending some more time with me. And today I thought I'd really talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart and extremely important to every business owner, every business person that I know, whether they're the CEO of a major corporation, an entrepreneur in a small business, a startup, or just a teammate or a team member in an organization that wants to see the organization grow. You know, there's a couple of things that we all have to deal with, and one is the challenges and changes of the marketplace and things that are going on, things that are going to be either voting in our favor or things that are going to hold us back from achieving some of the things that we'd like to achieve. So the real issue for any business is to have a plan. And what we're going to talk about is just that, how to develop a strategic plan. You know, one of the things that I love and one of the things that you'll hear me say a lot is strategic planning plus strategic doing equals ultimate success. So that's SP plus SD equals US. And ultimate success is the goal that all of us have in our lives, whether it's a business situation, whether it's a personal situation, ultimately whatever it is, we want to be successful. We want to be on top of the things that are important to us. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is developing a plan to create better situations for our business. Create a better plan for our business, our sales, and whatever products that we are bringing to the marketplace. And third is to increase the visibility of our organization, the revenue that obviously that comes into our organization, but our ability to either invite, entice, or recruit the best talent that we can to help us achieve our goals and ultimately our dreams. So we're going to work on a strategic plan that will allow us to exceed our expectations and fulfill our goals in the short run and the long run. And I'm going to share with you some ideas that I have and some things that I've learned over the years as a corporate executive and as a CEO of my own corporation. So a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about are real life situations, real life problems, real life answers that I've learned over the years and things that I think that you can put into place. Let me rewind that. Things that I know that you can put into place that will help your business go to the next level. So we're going to do a little bit of a series. And the series is designed to be a guide to a book, an ebook that I wrote called Strategic Planning, Planning to Win. And I tell you that because if you really want to do each step or go through each step of the process, I'm going to walk you through that. But if you download the book, which is on my website, www.veltonshowell.com, just go over to veltonshowell.com and sign up. I will send you the ebook for free. I'm not charging for it. It's for free. And you can follow along this broadcast. And it will take you through the process of developing that strategic plan that will ultimately change the way you do business in the future. So what we're going to talk about today are some of the things that brought me to writing that ebook and putting that together for not just for you, but for me. This is the guide that I utilized when I developed the plan for my business. And it comes from some of the strategies, some of the things that I had to go through in the corporate world as a corporate executive for a major corporation. So these are proven things that you can do that will set you up for ultimate success. So let's get started. Let's talk about some of those things because there's really it's not rocket science. It's not a huge situation where I'm going to tell you some things that you've never heard before. I'm going to tell you some things that you're not going to be willing to believe. I'm going to tell you some things that I've made up. But I can say this to you. You don't have to follow everything that I'm going to tell you. But if you use 20% of what I'm going to tell you, I guarantee it will change your life and take your business to a new level. It's worked for me. It's worked for other people that I know. And that's why I'm here to share it with you. So there's 6 things that we're going to really focus on. One is developing our mission. And the mission of your company really comes from the vision. And as the CEO or corporate exec in charge of a specific area, you are the one who creates the vision. And the vision is what is the direction that you expect or hope that everybody else will follow as you go through the process of getting to ultimate success. So the first thing that you need to do is obviously write a mission statement. And we're going to talk about the components of a mission statement, what goes into it, and how the vision allows you to create the mission statement and the things that are in it. I'll give you some examples of some major organizations that have been very successful and their mission statements, how they wrote them, what they consist of, and the thought process behind them as far as what I know and what I can read from it. Because ultimately, when you write your mission statement, it's not about you. It's about the message that you're delivering to the marketplace. It's the message that you're delivering to the people on your staff and how they receive that message and what they do with it. So we really need to dig down, and we'll dig down pretty deep in that area. The second thing that this mission statement or this vision allows us to do is to create the objectives. The objectives are the roadmap of how we're going to achieve the mission, how we're going to make that vision become a reality. What does it take? What are the steps? What are the strategies and tactics that have to be implemented and employed for these things to actually take real life shape? What should not be forgotten or minimized is that the market has an impact on what we do and how we do it. We can create the most magnificent product in the world. We can have what we feel as though from our vision and our objectives is the key ingredient to success. But if the market doesn't accept it, if the market changes direction, if things don't happen the way we want them to, then it's really all for nil. And sometimes those situations are most times they're out of our control because they are outside influences on our business that we have to be aware of when we develop our plan, but we also have to have the ability to adjust when they change. And I'm going to tell you they change. We're going to talk about that also. We're going to talk about strategy formulation, how we develop strategies, what strategies we develop, and how they change for us, what strategies do for us, what they don't do for us. And let me give you a couple for instances on strategy. We talked about market, and I'm going to talk about the two of them interchange because we talked about the situation analysis. The situation analysis is really the situation that you walk into. What's going on in the marketplace? How's the marketplace currently functioning and operating, and what are the outside forces on your business that you have to be aware of to put together your strategies. Okay, I got my first assignment as a director of sales and marketing in a city that was a second-tier city. And you see the hotel ballroom set up behind me because I speak in a lot of hotels, and I'm going to be speaking here in a couple of hours, but I wanted to do this first. So one of the things that happened is this city was not the best in the best shape already, but there was an earthquake. It was in California, And after I got the promotion, I got the promotion in September. So I was supposed to go out there, and they had an earthquake. In between the time I got the promotion and the time I was supposed to get on a plane, there was an earthquake. The city was devastated. They had a strategic plan that was already in place, had already been written, because remember what I said, it was September. Most strategic plans, most corporations start writing their strategic plan for the following year in August, between August and September. Well, this was the end of September. The plan was pretty much written, had to be presented to the corporate office, the president or the senior vice president and his staff, but most of the strategies and tactics were already in place. Well, think about it like this. All of a sudden there's a major earthquake after most of the work has already been done. The situation is now changed. This gentleman who I was replacing was on a plane leaving, and I was on a plane coming in. So he was basically making his exit strategy when I was making my entrance to the market. What does that mean? The plan was written by the staff and written by him prior to this major situation happening in the city. When I landed, for all intents and purposes, everything that had been developed to that point was useless. The situation had changed. The marketplace had totally changed. Things were now disastrous because City Hall was shut down. The gateway, we were in Oakland, California. The Cypress structure, the gateway to San Francisco, had collapsed. It took 2.5 hours for me to get from the San Francisco airport to the city of Oakland, which usually takes 20 to 25 minutes, because we had to go around to another bridge through traffic to get there. And I tell you that just because it gives you a little bit of a taste of what was going on in the market. So in that particular circumstance, I had to go into a situation that was disastrous and sit down and with the team and totally change our direction, totally change the strategies and tactics that had been developed previously under different circumstances. And I tell you that because when you do this strategic plan, when you put everything into it that you can, you also have to give yourself some latitude, because things are going to happen. Things are going to change. You can't be so entrenched in what you know at that moment is right that you can't make an adjustment if the market dictates that you have to make an adjustment. And we had to make a major adjustment. With the support of the staff and the team, because it's all about a team. It's not about you as the corporate exec or the CEO, because you can write it, but you can't execute it by yourself. So my suggestion to you is to involve your team in the writing of the plan. When you involve the members of your team in the writing of the plan, they take ownership of certain areas and aspects. And you want them to take ownership, because once a person takes ownership, now they are going to be committed to its success. If they don't own any of it, their commitment is not quite the same as it is if they have written a portion, because people take great pride in executing what they've written. Let me give you another example and then we'll move on. The next example was when I came to Miami. I came to Miami to open a hotel. And when I came to Miami to open this hotel, it was on Miami Beach, and it's a few years ago. Some of you may not remember, or this may be something from a historical standpoint for some of you. Excuse me. This is live, so if I sneeze, it's because it's live. You got it. It's not tape. But anyway, this was a few years ago. And the hotel was under construction. we had written a strategic plan of the steps that we were going to follow in the pre-opening office to get this hotel up to speed and running and occupied prior to its opening, because you want people in the rooms, in the door the day you open. So that you have to go through a lot of hypothetical dream selling to the customer, because they can't touch it. They can't walk through the doors. They can't kick the tires if it was a vehicle. They have to wait. But you need them to stroke the check. You need them to sign the contract or make a commitment to you prior to. And we had written a strategic plan. We had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing and promotion and PR to get this hotel ready. And all of a sudden, history changed for the world. 2 jet planes drove into the World Trade Center in New York City. The World Trade Center in New York City and the United States of America was attacked. And when that happened, all of the work that we had done in developing a strategic plan, of strategies and tactics to get this facility up